Okay guys, so in this part of the tutorial we're going to be going over the amazing capability section. Now before I start, I just have to apologize to everybody about or yesterday's video. There was lots of pops and there was lots of I didn't have the mic properly configured on my face basically. It just didn't sound so great, and it was the second take that I did. By the time I heard it over and I realized the mistakes, I thought, oh, I really can't be bothered to go over it again, so I apologize about that. This one hopefully should be much better. So yeah, apologies out of the way. We're now going to be dealing with the amazing capability section, and what you will notice is in the other tutorial near the end you didn't see this image here, and the reason why is because Fireworks couldn't import this image for some weird reason. I haven't properly checked out the reason why, but I had to go back into Photoshop and get this image out and put it in Fireworks. I know it was a long-winded way. I'm sure if you download GIMP, it will show up in GIMP for sure, but it didn't seem to show up in Fireworks for whatever reason. So anyway, so don't be surprised if you're following along and you've got Fireworks and you can't see what I can see. Just download GIMP or just get another image. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. So anyway, let's go back and see what we've done so far on the site. This tutorial, this part of the tutorial is probably going to be quite short because we're going to be going over stuff that we've already done in this section. We're going to be using Font Awesome again to get these icons, and if it goes really short, then I may just start off with this section, but I want to keep them kind of between 10 to 25 minutes long, 20 minutes long, so we'll see how this one goes. Right, so as you can see here, looking at this section, we have a couple of text blocks and we have icons here, and we have a watch the video box, which I'm not going to make this clickable. I would have assumed that somebody would click on it and it would pop up with a like box or something like that, or it may even go to another page, or it may even go to a YouTube link or whatever. So I'm not going to do anything as advanced as set up a pop-up page, but I will make sure that this links to a page on YouTube or something. So let's head over to Headway and go straight into the grid editor or grid mode, and as we scroll down we want to add another wrapper. We want to make sure this wrapper this time is fluid, and let's give this a little bit of spacing by just grabbing the top and pulling it up. And the first off we want to do is add our text block. So here we have amazing compatibility. I'm going to put that in here, and then we have this text, so I'm going to put that in there as well. So amazing capability, we would want that as a H3 tag, I think, and we would want everything centered. Yeah, that's about a H3 because that's about a H2. So yeah, and then underneath that, let's make this a bit smaller because we don't want it that big. Underneath that we're going to put a what should we put in here? We can put a custom code block this time, I think, and in here is where we're going to put our, where is it gone? We're going to put in our 3 icons. So let's head over to Font Awesome. Font Awesome. And we want to have a look for a Apple, Android and Windows icon. So let's find an Apple icon, which is here. So we'll copy this, go back to custom code and paste that in. And the next one is Android, so we'll copy that and paste that in. And then the next one is Windows, which is here. So we copy that and we paste that in. So what we're going to do is put in our own little CSS here. So I'm going to call this, what am I going to call this? Amazing. Not very semantic, I know, but I'm just going to put in amazing here. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So let's press save and see what that looks like in the browser. Let's scroll down and we have our 3 icons here and amazing compatibility there. Right, I forgot that we need to name our wrapper, so I'm going to call this amazing, and I'm going to call this amazing header and amazing icons. Let's end that. Okay, so here we have the line again, so let's go back and add a custom code block here and add the HR tag like before, and let's call this amazing line. Now I think we can just duplicate these over again, so let's duplicate this block and move that down. We don't need that block to be that big, or this one. And we can duplicate no, let's just create a custom code block here. I'm gonna make it stretch right across, and in our custom code block we need like an arrow like this. So let's see if we can find an arrow. So this one looks fine, I guess, but we need a hollow arrow. Okay, let me just go for this one for now. Doesn't matter. So we can copy that, go to our custom code block, and what I'm going to do is, okay, so in the custom code block I'm going to add a button tag, and I'm going to give it a type which would be button, and I'm going to give this an ID which would be video button, and then I'm going to close that off. And I'm going to start with a tag. I'm going to make a hyperlink. It's going to link anywhere for now. And I'm going to put a target of _blank, which basically means when somebody clicks on the button it opens up in a new window, and that would be good for links which are not actually on your site. So I'm going to close that off, and then I'm going to type in watch video with a space, and I'm going to paste in that play button. So let's press save and press view site and scroll down and see what we have. So we've got the watch video and we've got our icons and stuff like that. So let's see, what else can we do? We need to change the text, the header text here. So we want to change that to great user experience. So let's open this up and great user experience, make sure that's on 3. I think that's what it was before, and press save. Let me just see if it's got any. No, that should be fine. So let's refresh. Yeah, that's how we want it. Right, now let's actually have a look and see what this feels like on a tablet. I'm going to go to my resizer tool and go to tablet, scroll down, and it seems to look cool, I guess. We just need to make sure that we center everything really at all times, so we can do that by right clicking on the wrapper, open wrapper options, set the responsive breakpoint to a custom width, 3000 pixels, and attempt to center items. And we can press save, and if we refresh, let's see, everything is now centered. So that's cool. Let's go to desktop view. Everything is centered, that's fine. So I think we just need to rename these now. Amazing header 2 and amazing video button. Let me just have a look at the original. Yeah, that's fine. So let's press save and save this as a snapshot. So we're going to go save snapshot, amazing grid. Okay, and now let's head over to the design mode. Okay, so now we're in design mode. Let's scroll down to the wrapper that we need to get to, and the first thing we want to do is add our background. So let's right click on the wrapper, background, image, choose image. I've already uploaded this, so I'm gonna press use image. Right, the next thing I want to do is I want to make sure that this background image always kind of fits from left to right. So I'm going to take the repeat off, and where it says size, I'm going to change that to cover. Right, I'm going to also make sure that this is centered, so I'm going to go center, like that. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of padding on the top. I think it's, what do we usually go with? I can't remember now. So let me try this one and see. 90. So we'll do a 90 on this one as well. So edit, 90 pixels. And we'll do about a 90 on the bottom as well, just so then we can get this image coming through at the bottom and this image on the side. If we look at the original, let me see, we've got a little bit of we've got a bit more actually of that showing, so maybe when we start adding some styling to this and some spacing, it will push this down and we'll be able to see more of the chord. So let's have a look. This is a heading 2. We don't want that. We want maybe this heading. So I'm going to edit this instance, Control and C, scroll down, edit this instance, Control and paste. We obviously don't want it that colour, so we can change the colour here. Let's go up a bit. I think I'm going to add a little bit of letter spacing here because it seems that it could do with that. And the capitalization, we want it to be normal. Actually, let's get the proper color because it's not white, is it? It's like an off grey. So we'll use this off grey, and it's not bold, so text styling normal. I think I'm just gonna lift up the, let's put it on 25 or 28. I think that's fine. So I can copy that styling now and just paste that to this one. And now we got the text. So let's right click on here, line height about 180, and the color, let's move that over, and the size apparently is 21. I got a feeling, oh no, that's actually fine. Let's copy that and move that now to the bottom. Cool. And now we can slowly start to see some of the padding working on the cord. Right, now we need to add these as buttons, which we didn't really do before, did we? We literally just put in the code. So let's go back to open block options and do this properly. So I'm just going to move this down here, and I'm going to make a link tag, link to wherever you want, and I'm just going to copy that in there. I'm going to copy this another 2 times, and make sure that we replace Windows. Let's delete that now. So now these should all be hyperlinks. Okay. It's a 42 pixels. So what we can do now is start adding some styling to these buttons. I think they're white. I'm pretty sure they are. Yeah. So we'll go to the, let's save it actually first of all and have a look, see what this looks like without all the background stuff. Let's move this down. Okay, so now let's go into the CSS editor and let's add another comment. I'm going to call this amazing compatibility, and another comment here, icons. Oops. So the class that we used was amazing, so we'll just type in amazing, and let's just do a quick test. Color red. There we go. Okay. Where did that go? Okay, so let's start with the font size. So font size 42 pixels. I don't know why that's not working. Okay, let's start again. So the font size, we'll put that as 42 pixels, give that an important tag, and we'll give it margin left 5%. Margin, actually, let's do margin 0% and 5%, so it's a little bit more. Sorry, I need to move this out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Makes sense. Okay, let's go back here. Let's change the color to white, and we're going to have a border radius 1 pixel solid white. Oops, I was meant to say border, not border radius. Okay, and then we can have a border radius of 50% and a height of 80 pixels and a width of 80 pixels. And let's do a nice line height of 80 pixels with an important tag on there. And there we go. That's cool. Now, I think it's a bit too wide apart, so let's do a 3% margin between both of them. And that's cool. So let's move on to the custom line. Let's edit that, press tab, and let's give this a 20 pixel, I think that's fine. And let's go to the next block, and let's move that down a bit. I'm going to move that down by 15. I'm just randomly guessing what the numbers are, to be honest. I'm going to edit this. I'm going to add a margin of 15 to that as well. Okay, so next what we want to do is work on the mobile, the watch the video section. So I can't remember what class I did for this, so let's have a look. What did I use a class? So the ID was video button, and there's that A tag. Okay. So for this one, it's a little bit different. What we want to do is get the ID, so ID video button, and we want to, let's do a quick test. Let's do background color red. Okay, that's cool. So let's style the actual button itself and move that down. It's not going to have a background color at all, but it is going to have a border. So border 1 pixel solid white, and background color, I don't know what the code would be for a background color, so I'm just gonna use for a transparent background color. I can't be bothered to do it there, so I'm just gonna paste that in. So the background color is the same as the background of the image. And I guess we can give it a bit of padding. We can have a little test and see what we can do. 8% is way too big. 3% is way too big. Let's try 2% and 8%. Let me close this down. I think that's all we really can do there. So let me copy this again, and I'm going to add an A here now. Get rid of this. So now I'm attacking the actual hyperlink itself. So I want this to be white, and I want to get rid of the underline, so it says text decoration none, and I want it to be quite big, so I'm going to say font size 30 pixels. I think that might be too big. Yeah, so let's bring that down to maybe 25 pixels. And I'm going to go to font weight. I don't know whether this is going to work. Okay, yeah, it did work. And a letter spacing of about 1 pixel. Is that all lowercase? Yeah. We could probably make this a little bit more tighter, so maybe like a 5, I think will do. And maybe if we go back up here and give it a 2% rather than 3%, I think that will look good, because then it's roughly like the same width as the button, really. Okay, so we've got the watch the video and we've got that part laid in, so let's press save and let's refresh and see what we got. Simple, really nice actually. What I think I might do as well is maybe add a little bit more spacing between these two sections. So with this wrapper, sorry, with the buttons, I'm going to double that, so I'm going to have that as 30, and with this one I'm going to have this as 30 as well. Okay, save. And now we can sort of press on this button, it opens up into a new window and we're good. Okay, so that's the end of this part of the tutorial. The next part we'll be working on the screenshot gallery. So I will see you on the other side. Hopefully I would have that video out by this week. Maybe even today. You never know. I'll see you on the other side. Bye.